Hi guys, I have a very quick update for you here because the last set of comments you gave me were pretty minor. I think this might be the one. So let's jump into the changes that were made. So we are maxing out the square footage balance, taking care of those last 13 square feet. I have three left over. That's just because every time I move this wall and this wall in by half an inch, I'm either three over or seven over, or three under or seven over. So I think this is pretty good, pretty locked in. Anyways, the changes that we're seeing here are taking what was a rather long but narrow double height space, and we're basically folding it over onto itself to create a less wide but deeper in this dimension. So it's a much better proportion to be double height. And I think when you're walking along upstairs and walking along this ramp up here to get to this height here, looking over the guardrail the whole time and seeing all of this glass and the glass below, I think it's going to be really, really fantastic. Let's go ahead and zoom in so we can talk about the changes in more detail here. So again, the floor plan per last time is relatively unchanged, but it's fine-tuned. So I brought this wall in, and we've still got plenty of a wide enough opening to get into the living room. The living room is very open to the foyer, and I really like that. In order to keep this open, though, I did squish down the bathroom and the office. The office is now 8 feet in this dimension, which I do think is more than adequate for a C-suite here, right in the corner. But certainly it might be nice to be bigger, but I don't want to choke off this line here. And for what it's worth, this wall line is aligned with the existing wall, which may be able to take advantage of the foundation below. So I think this seems rather ultra refined to me if you're okay with this dimension being 8 feet. And then coming into the foyer, we see a large bifolding wall here with a balcony above. The balcony probably has posts here, given the size. Maybe there's some really cool engineering we could do that would eliminate the posts and would instead have some diagonal brackets coming up to a steel frame. But I've sized these posts in a way so that you can still easily get around the posts when the door leaves are open. And when this sliding glass door opens, you can easily get around here. Is it 100% ideal to have a post right here in the middle of the doors? Certainly not. But again, with the amount of offset we have here, I don't think anyone sitting here looking out is going to feel like this post is really in their way. If anything, it's the balcony above, that horizontal shelf sticking out, whether we have posts or not. That big cantilever is going to make what could be a very glassy corner box here feel like something's cutting off its view, especially from the family room or from this little table seating area or from your L-shaped island. It might be best to eliminate this balcony. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on that. For right now, I'm showing it, and again, offsetting it. Could the balcony go full width and sort of die in, or maybe we just have beams that come across and die into a header above the doors? Maybe it's possible to get rid of the posts easier than brackets. But still, this horizontal shelf, which we can't get rid of, no matter how the balcony is supported, is sticking out a lot. And of course, I can mock this up for you in 3D. If this floor plan looks good and we're just on the fence about this balcony above, we can mock up the model with and without to help make that decision. But again, look at this. So you come in from the foyer and you start to see past this cased opening, which is about the same size as this one over here. You turn here, you see this dining table right here and this glass wall to the rec room, but above this glass wall is the solid wall of your primary bedroom. And so there'd be a nice solid wall on the second floor for art up here, up high. So I'm really excited about that potential. And this is very glassy. So big wide windows coming all the way to the corner post, another smaller fixed window coming to the corner post, and then a nice bit of sliding glass door, easy to operate to get out to this courtyard deck because these bifolders are easy too. We've got a single swinging leaf. This could be all fixed glass, but you know, why not make this sliding glass just to get out easier? Let's see. So with the dining room moving out this way, I've stretched and pulled the kitchen island just a little bit, opening up this area here. I've made that 3-foot door adjustment here. I've turned this into a deeper curbless shower and a slightly narrower vanity. When we go curbless, it's really important that the shower get bigger so that we have a more gentle slope leading to the drain. And we need a deep drain. We don't want the shower to flood and go out past the curb. So bigger showers are necessary when we go curbless. So I think that's all good there. I don't think there have been any changes here. Oh, so I incorporated a little key corner, the key drop off right here in the corner of the pantry, still working really well. And then I changed where the door was out of the garage because we should be at grade here in the garage. A couple steps up to the family room and onto a little side deck and a couple steps down to grade. So the door should be over here. Okay, let's go take a look at the second floor now. So we'll come back to the stairs or take the elevator, go to the stairs. And we come up the stairs here. And now there is a wall here that would be a full height wall with glass in it leading out to the balcony, or it could just be glass overlooking the courtyard deck below without a balcony here. But in either case, it'd be very glassy when you come up to this landing area with seating here. You'd be able to see from here over this glass guardrail through to the glass, the 2-story tall dining space here. So all of this glass here is completely visible, really long diagonal view from this landing area. This is super, super nice. And then when you come up here and you want to take this ramp up to get to a 9-foot plate height or 9-foot ceiling down below, still we're looking over this glass and seeing a very nice proportion 2-story space here that's also very nicely connected to this vestibule area that's got a flared skylight shaft. And as we discussed, I collapsed this I'm going to zoom in here now. I think I collapsed this laundry closet. I collapsed this laundry closet to be tighter to just a reach-in closet here for bed 3. That widened out this vestibule quite nicely. And then for the addition of the tub in the primary bathroom, that sort of changed a little bit on the closets and the way that we get to everything. So instead of having the toilet over in this corner, I've now shimmied the toilet into a smaller alcove over here, and it would still have access to a window and natural light, so I'm quite happy with this. And I built a little double wall here just to isolate the sounds and the plumbing from this bedroom. And then we've got this bedroom's step-in closet. It's not very graciously sized, but it's enough. This is 30 inches wide, 2.5 feet. So it's enough to step in there and get to a little more closet rod space than they would otherwise have. And then, of course, I want to balance and give more space to the walk-in closet for the primary bedroom. That's why this is only 30 inches and no wider. The rest goes to the walk-in closet for you. And we've got this pocket door here, which is actually perfectly centered. So this solid wall of drywall here is the same distance here. So this is nicely centered on that wall, door in. And then I've opted to push the pocket door into the bathroom in a little bit. That's why you're seeing this little, what looks like a little column area. What this does is this allows this wall here to be its own wall so that the bed can be centered on this wall and not look like I'm trying to center the bed with the door in the same plane. Just, I like being able to step this door in just this little bit and let this corner determine how wide your bed wall is and where the center wants to go. So I really like this detail, and it also It just creates a nice little behind the column here place for a towel warmer, because now we've got your shower and your tub right here next to the towel warmer. And certainly we don't have to do these little corner doodads yet. This is just something I'm exploring, maybe doing, but I don't want to just have a narrow wing wall coming on here. I like to build those up when I can and then look like I'm carving into it to fit the tub. I think this might be something worth exploring when we move on to the 3D modeling. But otherwise, I think this is a very, very handsome bathroom. When you look down this long view, you'll see the vanities and the mirrors and the makeup vanity right here. And then when you come into this, little spot right here, great view of the tub. And where would we put windows? I mean, I could certainly see a narrow window fitting in right here and looking like part of the composition of this thick wall that you pass under to get to the shower, but then we carve into for the tub. There could definitely be a nice narrow window here, and then we could do a big window here, a high window at least for natural light, or of course we could go skylight. We might go skylight. And then no changes over here. That stayed the same, but I think that covers all the changes for the second floor. I think this is fantastic. I definitely love this amount of space. And whether or not we have this more public balcony here, I think really just matters about the desire for this to look and feel more unencumbered and more open. I can go glass from corner to corner here, but when we cut it off with that horizontal balcony, that is maybe the bigger view blocker than these small bits of solid steel framing between the pieces of glass here. Okay, guys. Really looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Thank you so much.